be online YouTube. Uh, I will send you the questions and explain a bit how Tinti worked for the people on YouTube. Okay, just a minute. So now we're in live on YouTube. So how everybody here knows, because everybody attend meetings a time. So TNT is a platform to talk English, French, Spanish, and Italian, maybe. Yeah, that's it. In the past, we had Germany, but I don't know what happened with Germany. And but now we have just 4, and we gonna start to be classes for beginners in Spanish, French, and English as well. Yeah, that's it. If you don't wanna know a bit how we work is that classes, please visit the website talkandtalk.com.br and or you or group on Telegram and broadcast on WhatsApp. Just type Talk and Talk there. Yeah, we're gonna talk today about drugs. I sent the questions on the chat for you, and be polite, have fun, and that's it. So I will start to present myself. My name is Deborah. I'm a host here since I don't remember now. Let me think about. Since September, yeah, I started with a host in September, and I started French and English. I'm not a teacher. I'm as you. I'm a learning English as well. So I make a lot of mistakes. And in my free time, I like go to the beach, hang out with my friends, my family. I love the animals. I love cats, dogs, and so forth. Yeah, that's it about me. Yeah, I quite forgot it. I'm a pharmacy student and I have 26 years. That's it about me. And Márcio, can you present yourself, please?
Good afternoon, Natalia. My name is Márcio Nunes. I live from my city de Linhares, in the state of Espírito Santo. I'm 44 years old. I'm married. I live with my wife and my son. I have a little dog. Today, a dog for me in my bedroom. I study English since 2018. I started studying the traditional school Wizard during 3 years now. I study through the internet. I practice with us the TNT. I'm a student administration. This moment, I'm in 5 periods. I like to stay at home with my family. I like to cook with my family. I like to watch movies. It's about me. And you, Natalia?
Hello again, Deborah and Marcio. It's not my first time with you guys. So my name is Natalia, I'm 36 years old. I'm from Uberaba, Minas Gerais. I have a bachelor's degree in law, another one in social environment. I work in a university here in my city called UFTM. So in my free time, I like to spend time with my friends, my family, or just rest and watch TV shows on Netflix. And I'm more a cat person. I don't have a dog, but I love dogs, Mars. I have a cat. Basically, it's this about me. It was a pleasure to be here again. It's a pleasure, maybe.
Great to share it with us. So we will start with the question number 1. Everybody see the questions on the chat, right? Yes. Okay. So the question number 1. Many people say marijuana is more dangerous than alcohol. What do you think? Natalia, what do you think about the first question?
Deborah, I read the first question and thinking, who's saying that marijuana is more dangerous than alcohol? I don't know, to be honest, if it's more dangerous, but the fact is that it's pretty common to see on news that some people that, accidents involved with cars that hitting people or bikers, but I never heard that someone that uses marijuana does that kind of thing. It's not that I'm, defend, but I'm not sure if it's more dangerous. To be honest, for me, alcohol is more dangerous, especially because it's so normal to use alcohol and don't see alcohol as a drug as marijuana is. So for me, I would say alcohol is dangerous than marijuana. Maybe because it's pretty common to see people addicting alcohol here in Brazil. I don't know if our reality would be like in America that have legalized marijuana, but what do you think, you and Marcio?
So, in my opinion, depends your consumo do marijuana and alcohol is very, very dangerous. Nowadays, several people consume alcohol 1, 2, 3 days during the weekend. Several accidents happening, or another thing is this talk about alcohol is the main consequences, the domestic violence, the alcohol nowadays. About marijuana, this drug is what's proibido, but in Brazil, I believe in every city have the sales marijuana, but I said the dangerous. I believe your consume, your dose, the drugs. Big dose marijuana or big dose alcohol is very, very, very dangerous. But I said alcohol is the main consequence, violence, domestic.
Yeah, I agree with you all. I learned in my classes, toxicology classes, my teacher said that drug is the dose, I don't know. How much you use it, that, for example, if you use so much marijuana, it would be more dangerous than alcohol. If, for example, you just drink a cup of drink, a cup of alcohol per week or per month, it depends. But of course, putting it in the balance, marijuana is less dangerous than alcohol, because alcohol is it's not instant. It's so many chemistry, and marijuana is a natural plant, and of course, many people say, just because it's a plant is not a danger, but of course we have some problems with it as well. So yeah, for me, it's more about how much you use it than dangers, maybe. That's it.
Deborah, you said about chemical recursos or another use. Alcohol have several uses nowadays. The período pandemic, the álcool, agora álcool em geral perdi. Several use protection and the people. The car use alcohol. Another things. The marijuana, I believe, study chemical, several use this product. Nowadays, the medicine, cannabiol, use for do health problem. But I believe others use the plants about study chemical.
Yeah, because you see many mothers using it to help their kids. You know, I saw a documentary about it because in Brazil it's not the society not accept it, but many kids need it, as for example epilepsy. I don't know if, and for that it's helping a lot that kids. So of course it depends of the dose. If the mom just give them a little dose per day just to help them. But that question, maybe it's more about recreational drugs than health problems. But of course, it's a good point, Márcio. So let's keep for the question number 3. Why do you think people take drugs? Márcio, can you start the question number 3, please?
Yes, I believe several things. I forgot 11. The people they use the drugs. For example, alcohol. Several people start to need because your parents or relatives consume the alcohol during the week or weekend. Another so the question, several drugs. I believe another drugs. I forgot this word, implicit. So the people use do it. Your friends frequently the party where have the drugs available. The drugs the wood the beginning about forgot apenas uma dose the some drug the dependence the people. I believe develop things the people's starting using drugs. And you, Natalia?
I agree, Márcio. And I think it's different reasons, but I think the principal reason is because people like the effects of the drug, right? Is good. So that's why people continue to do it. So it's something that biology actually, Deborah, as a pharmaceutic is the word, sorry, I don't know, can explain better what happened in the brain when you're using drugs, right? So basically it's because of this, I think. But so is the effect, the good effect of drugs, and in the same way, I think is the social effect, you know, for example, the alcohol, it's like, oh, let's meet in the weekend and let's drink together. It's something that you use to socialize. So basically for me is these two things. Is because the effect is good to the brain. It's like easy happiness and the social environment that you create when you're using a drug. And you, Deborah, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you because when you use that, when you take drugs, you have dopamine in your brain and things like that, you know, because nowadays we have so many depression people, you know, and for that they started to use drugs just to escape from reality, just to be happy, and they become addicted with it. So it's the same with alcohol, because people are addicted with alcohol because, for example, they need to use it for socializing with others, and they use alcohol for sometimes to have fun with others because they don't know how to have fun without alcohol, for example. And of course, other drugs as ecstasy, as so many other drugs, because I see it on the parties into my university, because there has so many parties, and most of people that use it to go to that party use it. I asked them, why do you use it? And they said, just because it's funny, and I love to be crazy and things like that, you know. But they don't know how to be happy and have a healthy party without alcohol and drugs. And for that, I hate to go to the parties. I prefer stay at home. So that's it. So let's move on for the question number 4. What should the government to do help drugs addicts? Well, that question is difficult to think. Maybe, well, what government should do? It's a trick question. Go ahead, Basia.
This question, I believe the government must offer more treatment because several people want the treatment, but not is easy for the treatment about stop the use the drugs nowadays. Some cities have one how to stop the use. I believe the government have offer more treatment. Nowadays, in several cities have the group Alcoólicos Anonymous. I believe is one group for free treatment. Another drugs is more difficult because some people want a treatment another people's the police or the family put the people inside the tratamento and forced this method. I disagree because the people need want to improve, go out this situation. They use the drugs, but the question, I believe, the government need to invest more in treatment the people's I forgot viciado the drugs.
Yeah, it's a good point. In my opinion, I think governments should do more programs to, for example, for kids and teenagers. For example, starting recreational places for kids and teenagers. As for example, in each bairro, I don't know how to say it in English. Within the bairro, should have some sports, arts, and things like that, because in Brazil, we don't have so many things as it. Just for example, we have it so far off our house. For me, in my case, essentially in my city where I live now, the city, there's nothing to do there. It's just party or stay at home. The park don't have a park, don't have nothing to do, and for that, the teenagers and the universities there just go to the party and drunk a lot and take drugs. So it is important to have recreational places to help people to maintain their minds busy. That's it. And how about you, Natalia?
So a first step that I think Brazilian government already did was to consider people that are addicted to drugs not as criminals, but as sick people. So this is a big step in my opinion, because our law changes not so long ago. They was considered criminals. And I think the government needs to, how can I say this? I don't know how to say this word in English, but to give support to that organizations that do a very good job as AA, Alcoholic Anonymous, and the other one, Amor Exigente, and NAAN, Narcóticos Anonymous. I don't know the name, because I had some problems in my family, and I saw how these organizations works very well, not with the drug addiction, the person that had the problem, but with all the family, giving this support. So I think government should keep helping these people, because these people, these organizations, they still continue more by their own resources, not by anything that the government does for them. And I think they do a very good thing to the society, So maybe something like this, but this is a trick question, Deborah. I'm glad that I was not the first one to answer it. And that's all.
Thank you for sharing, Natalia. So I will skip the question number 9. Do you think some medicines are worse than illegal drugs? Why? What do you think about it, Natalia? The question on.
Oh, Deborah, this is a trick question as well. I would say that maybe I don't know that I can say that some drugs is worse than another ones. I think it's more the person that are using the drugs that maybe are more susceptible to the drugs. But I would say the problem is we consider medicine and some people don't see they are doing like too much. So for example, we have these, I have a friend that I think she starts to become addicted to Rivotril. And when you think about America, the United States, you know that there people are extremely addicted in some kind of medicines. I'm not sure why. I don't know if you have more substance that make people feeling more high. Even that's not the how can I say, the main intention of the medicine. I wouldn't say that they are worse, but they are dangerous as well. And maybe some people don't, how can I say this? Don't notice when they become an addict to that medicine, you know, in that point. What do you guys think about it?
Yeah, in my classes, my teacher, my professor said, we don't have, we are not guilty. How the people use the medicine, you know, because you do our work, and we teach you how to use that correctly, and don't use it so much, because you have some effects, you know. And of course, if you use addictive medicine, it's worse than illegal drugs. Because it's dependent, for example, the dose. Again, it's always the dose. If you use, it's a high use of it, it's not a good thing. Because, for example, I have a friend that use Zolpidem, and she's loved to use it. And indiscriminate, because she don't have receipt, I don't know it in English, and she use it just because she's like it, and the effect with her brain, it's crazy, and she see many things that I don't know how she's feel using it, but she's love it. And in the university, more people use Rivotril as well. So because they depends on it, you know, they don't know how to concentrate in their tasks without to use Rivotril. And if you use it so much, one day you would be a toxic effect. So depends. No, of course, illegal drug is more dangerous. But if you use so much medicine, it takes so much medicine, it's not, it's a problem. Because I know that some medicine is dangerous because your therapy effect is close to toxic effect. So in this case, for example, if you compare with marijuana, cannabis, that drug, that medicine is more dangerous. It's worse than marijuana in this case, for example. That's it. And how about you, Mas?
So I agree with you, Deborah. I believe several illegal drugs is very, very more dangerous to medicine. But the medicine, no, the medicine nowadays have several medicines cause dependence in some people. This medicine depend, they use it continuous because the people have several problems. For example, my mother use medicine for sleep during at night. Uh, I have been with her during the carnival 4 days, but she forgot your medicine. She not sleep during two nights because forgot your medicine. This medicine nowadays for my mother is dependence. The medicine for sleep at night. It's complicated the situation, but the illegal drugs cause several danos for our body. Do have diversity drugs in the street. Here we talk about marijuana, but the marijuana is the drug more I forgot menos perigosa. Another drug is more dangerous with cocaine and crack is complicated.
Yeah, it's depend on which drug that person use, you know, because if you use as for example, marijuana is, I don't think that marijuana is so dangerous for me. How to use it and how many you use it, as if you use it all day, every single day, it's not a good thing to do. And
Another situation about the drugs, the illegal drugs, several people use it together, use the alcohol because the party at home, the people start using alcohol, and another moment start they use another illegal drugs.
yeah, that's it. So how you said it, I'll you choose the question number 5 to answer. You do legalize soft drugs help you reduce crime? I don't know. I don't know if it. I don't think so, because the crime is it's not because the drugs. I don't think that if you use drugs, you are a criminist. I don't know, but and people who use drugs become a criminist or vice versa, you know. So for me, it's not a similarity. So for me, the crime is more about people have no a good schools, have no recreational place, and don't know a good place to live, you know, a good home, and don't have the basic of any people need. So for me, it's that the people start to become a criminalist. It's not just about the drugs. Of course, some people use drugs and practice the crime, but there's people don't use drugs, and as well also is a criminalist. That's it. And how about you, Natalia? What do you think?
Well, in my opinion, I'm totally. I always say that I support the legalizing of drugs, because I think it's not that help reduce the crime. I think it's more that will help the government to have money, because people start to pay tax by the drugs, and the government can use that money to treat the effects of drugs can make in the society, right? So I don't think it will help reduce crime, but I think it would be a good thing to legalize for sure. I had the opportunity to live in a place where drugs were they are legalized. I lived in Seattle for 3 months in a hostel there, and I see the effects of it. So I don't think people use less. Actually, I think people use more. But the fact is that they are buying in stores. So the government can I don't know how to say, can have more resources to, basically. I don't know what to say more about. What do you think, Marcos?
In my opinion, I believe not reduce the crime, but reduce the prisoner, because several people nowadays arrested the police because they use marijuana and another soft drugs. I don't know what is soft drug. I I I know about alcohol, sim. Soft drug, several people use it. Do this drug is illegal. The police arrested the 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 hide prison. In my opinion, I think reduce the prison.
Yeah. What Natalia said, that where she's did live lives, there's it's legalized, but if happen here in Brazil, we will pay tax, and of course they don't will the government don't you use that money for help the addicts and people like that. They pick up the money for them. It's the reality of Brazil. So for me, I don't know if it's a good thing. Tax is not a good thing in Brazil, because we don't have what which we really need for have a good society, and a health life, and necessities, as schools, as things like that. Yeah. So let's move on for the question number 2. Many people around the world use designer drugs such as ecstasy, or recreational drugs, such as cannabis. Do you think this is okay? I don't think so, that it's okay, because if you use repeat, repetidamente, it bring you some effects in the future. You cannot see it now when you're younger, but when you a little more older, you will start to see the consequence that you use that rational drugs or designer drugs, as cannabis. But if you use it, it's okay. For me, it's okay. I don't like it, but if you use it and you don't see any problem with it, it's okay. But people that I know that use cannabis, marijuana, usually become addicted with it because they don't know how to live their lives without smoking it. That's it. And how about you, Mas? What do you think?
So, in this situation, I disagree. They use any things drugs. I think the people for recreational. I don't say about the necessary, but I believe it depends on the party. Several people use the drugs, main ecstasy, because ecstasy the people only forgot comprimido. In the rich part, these drugs, the plus the consume, the ecstasy, but I disagree the use the drugs. I think the people use it. I think not necessary, because in several parts the serve the drink is the alcohol. I think the drug is the bad for use the people. And you, Natalia?
Yes, I'll never say that I think you doing drugs is something normal. I respect, the other's opinion. Actually, I'm kind of person that I think it's good to the country to legalize the things. I don't do drugs. I don't like to do drugs because, as Deborah said, and I start to think, the problem is when the person starts to do this, and this become like the most important thing for them, They don't feel pleasure to meet their friends without drugs, to do anything without drugs. So this really pisses me off when you feel that person have like, okay, if you invite that person, the drug is a huge thing for them. It's like a part of life, right? So I don't think it's okay, any kind of drug, but for me, the worst drug, I will be very honest, for me, the worst one is alcohol. Alcohol for me is the number one, because it's normal. It's something that, it's okay, alcohol, it's okay, it's social. And I hate all the kind of drugs, even that I like to drink, but I'm a hypocrite. How can I say?
Yeah, hypocrite.
Yes, but I don't do what I say. That's something like this.
Yeah. essentially when you see when you have alcohol addicts in your house, and it started to hide the feminicides and things like that, because you see, for example, my grandfather once tried slap my grandmother, but she was stronger, and she didn't let he do it, and for that he's never tried again to slap her. But of course he's drink every single day, and he started in the morning at 7:80 a.m. So for me it's the worst thing, because they started as soon as possible, and they use it all along the day, throughout the day, until sleep. So it's not a life, for me it's not to be healthy, it's not to be happy. That's it. So time is over. Maybe we answer all questions. We have 10 minutes before the end, but yeah, it was difficult questions today. I was thinking after to send that questions on the TNT, because you need to think a lot, and but it's okay. I'll bring you more questions, a bit more easy to answer. Okay, guys?
Deborah, just a curiosity, who choose the questions? You did the questions for us, or you take from like TNT sent to you?
No, I choose the questions.
But to be honest, I like the questions that you bring to us. You bring like interesting topics. The other meeting that was with you, that you bring the xenophoby.
Yeah, because I always send the link here, and the people use it to like to talk about drugs and things like that, and I see the ideas and try to bring it. So I'll send you the link that you can send me ideas about topics, and I can bring you questions about what you want to talk in. It's the survey, and of course, giving me the feedback about the topic. I know it was so difficult, but I think it's a bit different that you see here, because it's more about health, money, and things like that. And I don't like so much to talk just the same thing. I like to open the mind, For that, I bring different topics.
Yes, but I don't think it was difficult. It's a very nice topic to discuss it about.
Thank you.
So this topic is interesting because this situation happening everywhere. In Brazil, several cities, several problems with the topic you chose for us.
Essentially, in teenagers, or nowadays, we see so many teenagers take drugs, and I see it so much on the university. Once I went to a party, and I went to on the bathroom, and I see a girl, I don't know, cheirando. And for me, it was so horrible, horrible, horrible. You see that because for me, it's totally different that live my life because I like to stay at home. I like to do healthy things, not health because I don't used to eat health food, but I have I'm afraid to take that thing because I think in my mother and my family and my life. So for me, it's so horrible. That's it.
So, another point in my case, for example, I have my son. My son have 14 years old. I talk about him, about the subject, the drugs, because I'm worried nowadays in the school, or your friends, uh, many people use the drugs, soft or illegal drugs, but I talk a lot about this subject because I needed to show for him the dangers they start because they start is complicated. The people start a little uh, but they start the people consuming the drugs during a long time.
Yeah. I lost my cousin. It's cousin, right? Primo. My cousin. Uh. Uh. Due to the drugs. Uh. One. Natalia. Bye bye.
It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure. Bye bye. See you
Bye
later.
bye, see you.
So I lost my cousin for the drugs. Uh, his dad for that. So it's important to talk because he was uh a younger, more younger than I am, you know. So that's it. Time is over. It's a pleasure to be here with you, Marcio and Natalia. I see you in the next week if you can, in the same time, okay?
Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you.
Great conversation. Bye bye. Next week.
Bye bye. Bye bye.